You've decided you now want to take your car onto a track, or that this is the right thing for you. That's awesome, and I understand why, but now you're starting to think, what do you need to actually get out on track? And how much do you have to buy? And how expensive is it going to be? Well, that's what we're going to take you through on this episode. What do you actually need? Because all the episodes that are out there right now that I see on YouTube, you need things like torque wrenches and rivet guns and different types of sway bars and blah, 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 blah. Spoiler alert, you don't need any of that. For your first track day, you need a car, and not a Porsche, you need any car. You need a helmet. But we're going to get into that on this episode of how the hell to get into track driving. So what do you need to get out on track? Two things, very simple, a car and a helmet. Here's what we hear all the time. I want to get out on track, but I'm not ready. My car is not ready because I'm putting different types of brake pads in there, or I'm putting a different suspension in there, whatever the excuse. Here's my response. How do you know the type of suspension you need? How do you know the brake types that you like? You don't. Get out onto the track with the car that you've got right now and experience it, because you don't know whether or not you like understeer or oversteer, or even if you know the difference of the two. So take your current car out on track and get a helmet. Now, what kind of helmet do you need? OG Racing, again, they sponsor us, but they were my partners even before I started this. Call them and say, I'm getting into racing. Do you need a $1,000 Stilo helmet? Maybe. If you got the money and you like it, go for it. But you can get a helmet for $200. Something very low entry, low barrier to entry will get you out onto a track. Once you start experiencing it and understanding what you need, you can always start to upgrade. Now, you want to have the safety stuff also for your car, meaning, are your brake pads in good shape? Are your tires in good shape? And you do that at your dealership or at your local garage. But nevertheless, the two things you need, car and a helmet. And I can tell you, there was a guy in front of me with a 1984 Chevy Caprice. It was the worst car I've ever seen. You know what though? His smile was just as big as everybody else's because he was out on track learning the line. You should too. It's so much fun. So with that, hit subscribe down below and hit the alarm button because you're gonna wanna know what's coming next, because I guarantee you after you do your first one, you're gonna wanna start working on your car.